Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to day 3 of 30 Days with Joy. This is Joy Maxwell, the retired school teacher. However, class is always in session with me. So I wanted to jump on today because, as you guys know, I'm committed to 30 days of going live for the month of November. And actually, today is the 4th. And I'm going to tell you that we did start on the 1st, but something happened with a few of our videos, and we're going to catch up. But today is day 3, technically. So today's topic is what you want wants you to. I'll say it again. Actually, what you're looking for is looking for you too. So I thought about a story that took place about 6 years ago now. We were opening our third location in Philadelphia, Northeast Philadelphia, for childcare. And we had been on this particular corner in Northeast Philadelphia on Roosevelt Boulevard probably for about 8 or 9 months. And we started to get more children, and so we wanted to advertise for more staff. However, it seemed like where I was advertising at, I just wasn't receiving the staff. And to be very honest, that location has always done really good with word of mouth and foot traffic. And so this particular day, I was contemplating some things. I had gone through a situation with a staff person, and we were short staff. Okay, we were short staff, and childcare is one of those businesses where if you are if you're in the building and you have a certain amount of children, you always have to have a certain amount of staff. Retail, food, it doesn't matter. You can have 2 workers and the business will still boom. However, childcare is a business where you have to have a certain amount of staff persons per group of children. And so this particular month, I had gone through something where 2 staff that were girlfriends, and this is why I kind of don't hire friends anymore, but 2 staff that were girlfriends, they were pretty young. They both decided to resign or quit on a Monday morning. Now, the interesting thing was that Friday, like we always have fun at our child care center. Shout out to all the staff at Open Arms Early Learning and Development Center because I absolutely love and adore you. So we have fun with our children, we have fun with our staff, we have fun with the parents. And so that particular Friday, I had ordered everybody lunch. We were laughing, we were joking, we had got paid. It was a good Friday. And so Monday morning, I come in. I always try to come into the center setting the tone, greeting everybody, greeting all the kids, greeting all the parents. I mean, we was rocking and rolling. I was doing breakfast in the kitchen. I was running back and forth between doing breakfast in the kitchen and answering the front door. And so right when I was answering the door, I realized that, because at my center, usually every 30 minutes, a staff person comes in until we reach 9 a.m. And so we open at 7. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm looking. My 8 o'clock person is not there yet. My 8:30 person usually comes in around 8:15. They weren't there yet. I think it was like 8:20. So I was getting a little nervous, but I'm like, whatever. Maybe people are just running late. So I'm still running back and forth to the kitchen. I'm still opening the front door. I go back to my phone and I get a text message that says, due to personal reasons, I'm not able to come back to work because I have some things going on in my family. I wish you the absolute best. Thank you for this opportunity, but I won't be returning back to work. And so, I kind of like, here we go. Okay. Because as a leader, you can't show the rest of the team that you're about to freak out because you need this staff person, right? And so I went back to the kitchen and finished making breakfast. But now at this time, I'm like, okay, it's 8:30. My 8:30 person definitely should be here. And this particular young lady, she had a daughter that was going to the center. So her daughter was a student there. She worked there. I'm talking about, my staff, like once they start getting to know me and knowing the center, we become like a family. So I'm talking about people I've given rides to, people I've given money to, people I've helped out, people I've donated things to, people I've just been there for, right? And so my 8:30 person sends me the same exact text message like 5 minutes later that due to personal reasons, she has to quit on a Monday morning when you're scheduled to come in the next 15 minutes. And so at this point, the me, like the joy, right, was like, I want to take this personal. Here I am as a leader. I'm a business owner. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm running a business. It's a lot with this. And you would just quit on me on a Monday morning, like you wouldn't even give me 2 weeks notice. So I'm like a little flabbergasted, right? But I'm like, whatever, we just gonna keep rocking and rolling. And so that particular day, I was able to maneuver children. I was able to move children around. I was able to slide into the classroom to help. So we got through it. But I know that the moment other team members see that somebody is no longer here on the team, you feel that weight. You feel the weight of that team. You feel the weight of, oh my goodness, we about to be struggling. And so I really hate for my staff to get there. I hate for my teams to feel like we don't have the support. We don't have everybody that we need on the team. So I kept on with the day, and I was just like praying, like, God, you already know what I need. You already know what I stand in need of. You already know who has to be here to keep these children safe at all times. God, I'm just asking you to provide, right? So I'm praying the whole day. And at this point in my business, prayer is a part of my success plan, okay? Prayer is on the agenda. Prayer, God is the CEO. I just work for God. I'm here as a vessel, but prayer is definitely a part of the success plan. So I'm used to praying for my center, right? I'm used to praying for businesses, not only mine, the businesses of my friends and my families, the business of people who are in our Kingdom Entrepreneur community. I'm used to just interceding for businesses because I believe that Kingdom entrepreneurs are under some of the biggest attacks, right? And so here I am just praying that morning, going through the day. And so if it wasn't that day, it probably was like the next day or a few days after. But I get a buzz at the front door. So I go to the front door. It's a older lady, and she's like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Hi, how are you? Come on in." And I'm like, "Can I help you?" And she was like, "Yes, is the hiring manager here?" And I said, "I'm a hiring manager. You know, what can I do for you?" She said, "Well, I live right down the street. However, I've been working at a center about 45 minutes away, and financially, I cannot keep traveling that far to work. And so one day I was across the street at the market, and I looked over and I saw your sign. I saw the staff outside, I saw the children playing, and I like the name Open Arms. It just seems like a very nice place. And I just wanted to know, are you hiring?" And so, right, I'm not trying to look desperate, and I'm not trying to be like, "Yes, when can you start?" But that's what I really wanted to do because, listen, we needed her, right? And so I said, "Well, do you have your resume? Do you have, all of your clearances? We can schedule an interview." And she said, "Yes, yes, I have everything." When I tell you she had everything, she had everything. So in Pennsylvania, you need a child abuse clearance, you need a fingerprint clearance, you need a criminal background check, you need a tuberculosis test, you need, I apologize for saying, you need tuberculosis tests, you need a health assessment, you need 2 letters of references, and you need multiple trainings, right? Clock hours. And so when I say she had everything, she had everything. So I said, okay, we'll review your file. Would you like to schedule to come in for an interview? And for us, we do a interview, like a face-to-face, just sit down in the office. And the second part is a working interview. And so she came, she said, "Yes, I would like to come in for an interview." So she came in the next day for the interview. And I said, "Well, instead of booking your working interview on a separate day, would you like to just stay this morning to do a 20-minute lesson with the children?" And usually a 20-minute lesson consists of them reading the children a book and doing some type of creative activity around the book or around the topic. And she said, "Yes, yes, I'm able to do that. I've been a Sunday school teacher for the past 15 years. And, I love the children and da, da, da." And so she came in the classroom with me. She did a lesson with the children. The children responded to her very well. I always watch how children respond to adults because children who kind of like back up from adults or fear adults, I feel like children pick up on things better than we do as adults. So I watch that. Like if a kid runs from you or is crying from you or seems petrified of you, I'm like, okay, what's going on with you? And so I'm the type of person that children gravitate to me. I don't care where I am. If a child locks eyes with me, they coming to play with me. They coming to talk to me. Like, they just know, like, oh, she like kids. I'm gonna go play with her. And I respond. I play with them. I engage with them. So anyway, let's get back to Miss Olivia. And so Miss Olivia, that's her name. Miss Olivia came right in. The kids gravitated to her. They were all around her. She was smiling. She was singing with them. They really loved her, right? And so I said, okay, well, we are going to review all of your, things, because once again, you still don't want to act desperate. So I was like, okay, we're going to review everything and we're going to be in touch with you. And she said, thank you so much. And she said, you know, when I saw you guys from across the street, I told my daughter, I want to work there. That's where I want to work. And I looked at her and I said, you said that about us? She said, yes. I said, I want to work there. I want to work there. It seems very peaceful. It seems very nice. I want to work there. And I said, oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for that. We're very excited, um, to review all of your information, and we're going to be in touch. And so, of course, we called her back like the next day, like, girl, when can you start? We offered her the salary letter, and I told her, I said, Miss Olivia, I am so glad that you came in. I'm so glad that the light that shines over this child care center, or the spirit that, shines here, caused you to come over and even ask us if we were hiring. I said, because I had been praying for somebody like you. I had been praying and believing God that somebody who loved the children, who was attentive to the children, who wanted to nurture children, who wanted to care for children, was going to show up. I said, and so the fact that you're here lets me know that what I'm believing God for is believing God for me. And so I want you to be encouraged tonight. And I want you to know what you're praying for, what you're asking for is asking for you too. I was talking to two people the other day, and one of them was a male, and he said, oh my goodness, I'm believing God for my wife. And, we were praying, and he was like, if you could pray for me when it comes to finding my, and this is one of my family members. And I said, oh, I'll definitely be praying for you. I'm believing God for you. And I was talking to somebody else maybe a couple of days later, and she is not a family member. And she was like, oh my goodness, I'm believing God for my husband. And I'm like, this is crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It's God. But I love how we can be in a place where one person is praying for something, another person is praying for something, and technically they're the answer to each other's prayer, or they're in alignment with what one person might need. And I'm not saying, that person and that person was whatever. I'm just saying that what you are believing God for, what you're asking for, is also out there in the world asking and believing God for you too. So I don't want you to get discouraged in this season. I don't want you to get weary in this season. For the month of November, I want you to stay in high gratitude, high praise, high adoration, high just expectation. Just believing that God, what I've been praying for, what I've been asking for, what I've been petitioning God for, what I've been believing for is coming to pass. I want you to get so committed in your confessions. I want you to get so committed in your declarations and your decrees. I want you to get so committed in your conversations that you talk as if it's already done, that you talk as if God has already answered this prayer, that you literally start to speak those things that aren't as though they are, that you literally begin to pray and petition God and believe that your prayers are manifesting, believe that your prayers are being answered, believe that the doors are being opened, that the ways are being made, that God is swinging open the windows of heaven. He is pouring you out a blessing that you have not room enough to receive. I want you to believe that. I want you to believe that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and that God has already ordered your steps in this season, that everything you're supposed to step into, walk into, come into, run into, receive is there for you. I want you to believe that. And so I just wanted to come on and keep my commitment because I'm coming on here for 30 days. And so I wanted to come on tonight and keep my commitment. And yeah, class is dismissed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.